How you doing? My name is Ron Covington, and today I'll be talking about raising the minimum wage, and I'll also be talking about the pros and cons. Raising the minimum wage, it was initiated set at 25% per hour and has been increased by Congress 22 times, most recently in 2009 when it went from $6.55 to $7.25 an hour. Should minimum wage be raised? Yes, I totally agree that minimum wage should be raised because the simple fact that there's so many things that's going on in our economy, from crime to um, people that's being homeless, people that's decide not to work because they, even if they do work, they still can't afford to buy food or pay for their rent because the minimum wage isn't high enough. Minimum wage needs to be raised because of the simple fact the cost of living. The cost of living is steadily increasing while the minimum wage is staying at 7.25. It haven't been raised or hasn't gone up since 2009 and it's 2017. But yet everything else is still increasing. And another thing minimum wage needs to be raised is the simple fact that minimum wage doesn't keep up with inflation. Inflation always gonna increase. I mean, inflation ain't gonna stop. So minimum wage need to keep up with inflation. Cost of living and inflation basically go hand in hand. The pros and cons. There are plenty of reasons that I support minimum wage need to be increased. The pros and cons. The pros is what I agree with. The cons, on the other hand, I disagree. The pros: a higher minimum wage will reduce government welfare and spending. If more people are working, more people are making more money, um, their welfare will be cut down. So it will be a lot of people off food stamps. House gonna be a lot of people in housing authority because they be able to pay for rent, be able to afford a house because they making more money. Minimum wage has not kept up with inflation, like I just mentioned. The current minimum wage is not high enough to allow people to afford housing. That's the main thing that I believe that minimum wage need to be raised because of the simple fact that if you can't pay for your rent or you can't even afford your rent, then your next option is to turn to the government. The cons: raising minimum wage will increase the price of customer goods, which that rate that's happening anyway. Right? So why not raise the minimum wage so it can keep up with that? A higher minimum wage could result in an increase of the high school dropout rate. If I'm in high school, I disagree with that because of the simple fact that if I'm in high school and I seen the jobs are paying more and they require me to have a high school diploma, they're gonna educate me or they're gonna motivate me to get that high school diploma or further my education so I can be able to get that job. Instead of me if you drop out and the job asks for a high school diploma, you don't have one. I mean, you still stuck. Employees might hire field workers in the entire entry level job needed to begin a career. Um, could, but why not? Like, why would you even, if the minimum wage jumped to $10, is at 7.25? I mean, you already paying. Um, Most companies are already paying like $14, $15 anyway just to get in the door. So that's not a really big con. That's my opinion. And last but not least, by 2015, I was at minimum wage needed to afford rent. Oh, I said this is a very, very important decision of mine that I feel like this um, that minimum wage need to be raised because of the rent. As you can see, South Carolina is 6 to 6. This is the hours. It's how many hours you have to work to be able to afford for rent at 7.25. See, North Carolina, South Carolina, you have to work 6 hours just to make your payments, your rent. Like, that's ridiculous. This is my presentation, and I thank you. Thank you.